Good morning. If you've ever felt marginalized or excluded from activities or society or friends, this upcoming video series might be for you. A couple of years ago, I posted a series of videos on Facebook about how I was shunned out of my attempts to form bands. Before 2001, getting into a band was as easy as pie. After that, increasingly got worse and worse for me. I couldn't put my finger on why, but as time went on, I looked back and I realized there was a definite common denominator. And it wasn't just me, because before that, it was easy. Something was happening in the world. And it wasn't just 2020 that started this. A lot of stuff was happening way before then. But at any rate, I'm going to be showing a series of these videos, one every single day, for the next 7 days, and I only have 7 of them, but I might make more because I've got a ton of stories about starting bands and then being kicked out of the band that I started. Not because I overplayed, not because I was being arrogant, not because I was acting this way or being condescending or anything like that. Literally for not doing anything different than I was years prior when those were successful bands. Something happened. And these videos are about not necessarily a complaint, but just more of a description of some of these instances. This first one occurred in a studio where I was practicing with a bass player, where I was trying to form a Tool cover band. And I put an ad out, and I met this guy, and everything was going well. Well, you'll see. Enjoy the video. Take care. So, I think it was around 2015 when I realized a lot of stuff was changing and I wanted to put together a Tool cover band. And getting the drummer was going to be hard because that's probably the most difficult part in that band. And I was going to play guitar, of course, and for the time being, I was going to sing, but I was looking to find a full-time singer. But, I wanted to get a bass player and just get the songs down so we could, establish that. So I put an ad out, and I was living in on Staten Island. There's a bee that is trying to come inside here, and I do not want them to do this, so we will do this here. And I was living on Staten Island, and what was I saying? Yeah, and I put an ad on Craigslist, and someone answered it, was really into Tool, was playing bass for, about as long as I've been playing guitar, and was around my age. I was like, cool, awesome, dude. So we rented a studio up in Queens, and I drove from Staten Island up to Queens to go to this rehearsal studio up there to meet, and we did, and it was pretty cool at first. We were jamming, and it was pretty cool. And I was like, okay, this is actually good. We played The Pot, played Schism, or Schism, or Jism, or however you want to pronounce it, or Schism. And what else did we do? Sober. We did a bunch of songs. And he was like, okay, what else do you want to do? And we were just like hanging out in a really, really small studio space, like really, really tiny. We were sitting down in chairs. It was just me and him. It was very dark, not ventilated, basically just a box, kind of like where I'm at right now. And, but I like it. It's pretty cool. And he said, what's next? And I said, how about Opiate? And he got like really like serious, like, whoa, dude. And I was like, what? And he just, he said, he kind of like his tone changed, and he kind of like looked away and like took off the strap on his bass and started like turning off the amp. And I was like, okay, we don't have to, it's okay. And he was like, just the fact that you would even suggest that song tells me what kind of person you are. And I'm like, is that really that much different from a lot of their other songs? I mean, and then I thought about the lyrics, and I'm like, I guess it is very in your face, very anti-religious, anti-Jesus song. And then I was like, yeah, it's just a really cool song. And I dig the lyrics, because I also don't agree that someone should put all of their worth and value into something where it prevents them from asking more questions about life, which is what religion is to me. And then at that point he said, I'm a priest. I'm like, I don't care, you know? And he was like, yeah, but I do, man. And I would never be in a band with someone who even likes that song. And he like closed the bass case and just walked out, and that was it. And this guy was a liberal guy. But because I had this, I liked a song, I was erased from this person's life. There you go. Next time I'll tell you this story about this conservative drummer that I auditioned with, who, because I did not believe in Jesus, and because I wasn't drinking alcohol but would rather do mushrooms instead, he just got up from the table and stormed out, and it created a scene in the restaurant. It was pretty ugly stuff. So I'll tell you about that next time. Take care, denizens.